Parenting involves handling a wide range of behavior from their children, especially as they get older. Christina Carter with Intuit Parenting joins us now to talk about some of these behavioral issues that we might come across or parents might come across with their children no matter their age. Good morning, thanks for being here.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
So when we talk about behavior issues, happy, sad, angry, what other issues might parents come across?
Yeah, so sometimes it's really difficult to navigate those behaviors. Quite frankly, it's frustrating and it's inconvenient for us as parents, and so we really need to figure out what do those behaviors actually really mean.
Yeah.
So really, all behavior is communication. It is a child's best attempt to get a need met at the time, whether that is to gain access to something or to escape something or just for sensory stimulation. They're needing our help. So those behaviors like aggression, irritability, withdrawal, moodiness, they are asking for our help. A lot of times it just seems like they're doing this to us, and it can be really frustrating.
And I know I have friends with children, and yes, it can be frustrating for the parent as well to be like, hey, what do you want? And how do I parent this in a way that comes across understanding, and I see you and I hear your emotions, they're valid. What do you need from me?
Yes.
And it can be frustrating. How can we react, or what is the appropriate response when a child is showing aggression or irritability and just frustrating emotions?
Absolutely. So I like to tell parents to think of your kids as icebergs. So we have the tip of the iceberg that we can see on the surface level, and there is then the boulder that is underneath the surface, the majority of the iceberg that exists underneath. And the tip of the iceberg, which is the behavior, does not exist without that huge boulder underneath. And so what is included in that boulder? It's things like hunger, sleep, did they have a falling out with a friend? Did they get a bad grade? Their fears, their insecurities, their disappointments. There is so much going on underneath. And so if we can recognize that that is present, that is determining their behavior in a moment, we can kind of soften and just be a little bit more understanding and open-minded about it.
And I guess at the same time, you have to choose your battles?
That is true, yes. So rather than meeting your child's aggression, irritability, frustration, defiance, withdrawal, rather than meeting them with those typical disciplinary tactics like threats, punishments, shouting, timeouts, we want to give them what they actually need most, which is to be seen and to be heard, acknowledgement, validation, safety, security, connection. And so how do we do that? It's really about bringing curiosity into the picture, teamwork into the picture, asking questions, tell me more, or let's do this together. It's also about implementing consequences and logical and natural consequences.
Okay.
Also reminding them of family values and boundaries.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah. And teaching them self-awareness or self-responsibility. Those things, if we can imagine receiving that regularly as a child, just what it does for you, even as an adult, when we are met with that kind of reception, it's just a wonderful feeling. It's nourishing.
Yeah, it's nourishing. And like I said, it could be, it's a spectrum, right? It could be like something as simple as they don't want to change out of their Halloween costume, so you have to go to the grocery store and your child is dressed in their Halloween costume, and that's just how it's going to be.
Absolutely.
To something that can be a little more serious. And when do you know, when should they consider taking the child to see a professional if the behavior cannot be remedied at home with those simple tactics that you just explained?
Yes, so oftentimes behaviors in our children really stem from a feeling of disconnection or a lack of control or a feeling of insecurity or that they're not safe. And so when the parent can meet the child with those behaviors of curiosity and teamwork, usually your child will then meet you where you're at in that soft space. If you have tried those things and there is no, I guess, recognition from your child, there's no, I guess, reconnection from your child that you can kind of tell they're back online, if you will, repeatedly, and there have been instances where they've been fed and they're sleeping well and things have been explored, it would be nice to explore their options.
Third party to help you out.
To explore it.
Christina Carter with Intuit Parenting, thank you so much for being here. Good advice for parents out there. We appreciate it.